Hey, it's John Garcia from Kyuss, and you are watching Diskant.dk. Kick ass. The tour has been, so far for, the whole Garcia Plays Kyuss tour, we're about a little over 2 weeks into it, and it's been great. It really has. The response has been overwhelming. It's great to come out and promote, Garcia versus Garcia, which is the whole reason I'm doing this piece. A lot of people don't know that, and I try to spread the word as much as I can, whether it be on stage and whatnot. The band that I'm playing with right now, Rob Schneider's on drums, Jacques DeHart on bass, and Bruno Fevery on guitar. Rob and Jacques were the rhythm section for a band called Celestial Season from the Netherlands. Bruno, he played in this band called Arsenal from Belgium. And I also played on a record of Arsenal called Lodic. And I became very good friends with Bruno. He's an amazing guitar player. And it had to make sense. A lot of people ask, well, why didn't you use somebody from the desert? Somebody, some local guys. Well, this tour that I'm doing and the band that I put together, it's not a free for all, full blown party. It's not a party at all. We got to do our jobs, and we have to do them well. When you're trying to mirror Kyuss, and you're trying to mirror these songs as much as possible, you need professional musicians. And I'm not saying that the musicians in the desert aren't professional. It just made more sense using guys from Europe. Bruno's not going to play the exact same solo that Josh played in Freedom Run. Every night's a little bit different for him. He's going to put out his own personality, his own flair. Everybody's own flair and personality is going to stand out in the bass playing and the drumming and the guitar playing. And, to me, I always like to, liven up the songs, and I try not to sing them the exact same way every single fucking night. It's fun to improvise. It's fun to go off on different tangents and avenues and actually, play the song a little bit differently. I'm not going to be sitting here and riding on the coattails of Kyuss for very long. This is not going to be a regular occurrence for me. Again, it's my bridge to Garcia versus Garcia. So, are you familiar with Kyuss Queens of the Stone Age split? Mm-hmm. When Josh had called me up and asked me if, hey, would you mind if we put some Kyuss songs on Queens of the Stone Age record? And I think it helped bridge. I think it was a kickstart to Queens of the Stone Age, his band, and look what happened. I'm not saying that really kick-started the whole thing, but it helped a little bit, to get Queens of the Stone Age, that name out there. Well, I'm doing the exact same thing, but I'm doing it live, and again, it's fun to breathe some life back into these songs again. It's different, obviously, because Josh isn't here, and Scott's not here, and Alfredo's not here, and Brent's not here, and Nick's not here, and Chris Cockrell's not here, and whatnot. But last night in Berlin, Brent Bjork got up and did Green Machine and Gardenia, and that's half a Kyuss right there. To share the stage with that guy again, or any of the former band members at all, it was a great feeling. It was just an unbelievable feeling that I hadn't felt in so many years. In France, we're going to do the festival called Hellfest, whatever. And Nick's going to be there, and Brent's going to be there as well. So I'm looking forward to that. If I could get those three guys up there, that's 3/4 of Kyuss. It'd be great. So I don't think that chances are that I'm not going to be waiting, for Josh to call me up and say, hey, let's do a reunion too, because he's really the only person that's going to be able to do it. you know, to say, hey, let's do something. But chances are that happening is very slim to none. So if you didn't get a chance to see Kyuss back in the day, this is about as close as you're going to get as seeing Kyuss from the singer's point of view, from my stance on it. It goes from, you know, the Sons of Kyuss self-titled record to The Circus Leaves Town. And then you have Wretch, you know, and Blues for the Red Sun, and Sky Valley, and Circus Leaves Town, and then a couple of like little independently, you know, released, you know, EPs and records and whatnot throughout the whole piece. And I kind of look at it as a whole, to break down what each and every record meant to me, and if one song or one record really epitomizes the definition and the sound and the feel of Kyuss, it's almost impossible for me to do. I look at it as a whole piece from the beginning, you know, practicing up in Brent Bjork's bedroom when we were in high school, to the end, which was Josh and I sitting down at a bar in Palm Desert, California, and within 5 minutes of the conversation, the band had broken up, and we were already toasting about, man, remember that time in Germany or whatever, and we were laughing about times. So I kind of look at it as one long ride, you know, and I'm very lucky, and I'm very proud of the musicians that I've played with. I put them on a very, very high pedestal. You know, Brent and Josh, those guys are amazing songwriters, amazing singers, and I can't talk highly enough about those guys. I just really can't. They're my brothers, and they always will be, and I love them dearly. I still talk to them, whether it be via email or on the phone or whatever. When I'm mostly through mail, but it's nice that we had actually had like 8 shows with Brent. And so it was nice catching up. He hopped on the bus, and we caught up and stuff like that. And I got up and sang with his band last night, you know, and for his new record, Gods and Goddesses. And I want to do it again in France. I don't think that, you know, when Josh and Brent and all of us were sitting down, we were really trying to go, man, I really want to sound like this record. I think that we wanted to kind of make our own mark. I think we are fans of the band for sure, and I think we're fans of Hendrix, and of course, you know, Led Zeppelin. I mean, these guys are, I mean, they're legends. But yeah, I don't think we were sitting there trying to go, man, we've got to sound like, you know, Into the Void. And to be quite honest with you, that recording, as far as I'm concerned, as for the singer's point of view, from Into the Void, sucks balls. My vocals on there are horrible to me. And if it was up to me, I would have, and because it was kind of too late. As a matter of fact, I think the majority of my vocals on some of the records were probably are lackluster, you know. I didn't care at the time, but for that particular song and that particular recording, I can't even listen to it. I cannot listen. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm like, what the fuck? This is horrible. I'm surprised we even released something like that. It was just bad. I remember talking to Josh for a split second. I was like, I don't like my vocals. And he's like, oh, it's too late, man. I'm like, fuck. You know, if it was up to me, I just would have said no. You know, absolutely not. We're going to have to recut this shit. So, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.